Yep, okay. This is the Tuesday, May 3rd meeting of the street committee. Let's start with the pledge of allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, present are myself, McPherson, chairman, Alderman Simonetti, Alderman Angles, our superintendent of highways and bridges, Brian Roach, and our city engineer, Remus Dalsus. Is Alderman Durante on? No, okay. Okay, first motion is, I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the minutes for the April 5th meeting. So moved. I'll second. Discussion. Approval of the minutes for last month, John.
What were we gonna do?
No, I know, but he's here for a reason. We're gonna go over the minutes for the last month's meeting.
Do I have them?
You have, you probably, you should have them. No? Well, we went over,
April 5th.
yeah, those are the minutes. The first item we did was we had talked about the corner of Meadow Street and Wheeler Street where the storm drain was sinking. That has been taken care of. And it has come out very well, and boy, what a big difference, I can tell you. And you can actually turn on your side of the road now, which, yeah, it really did come out well, so we can check that off as done and completed.
I think the thing we wanted to follow up on this before we approve this was item 3.2, which is the James Farms Road where Cranberry Bog passes.
Yeah, we're gonna go through the list, John. We're gonna go through it. We did talk about the possibility of a guide rail down on Nels Rock.
I took a look at that.
Yep.
No, there's no room on the shoulder of the road. No, there's not. None.
I can't hear you.
It's literally from the edge of the road, it just drops straight off.
Rivers, pull that mic over to you.
Yep.
Because if I can't hear you, you're not gonna get picked up on it.
It's down there.
Well, I'm closer.
The microphone, the recorder's right here, John.
I have the recorder down there.
If Remus talks into that, he should be able to hear it.
Yeah.
Tell him what you said again.
Yeah, there is no room on that shoulder to put a guardrail in, not the way it stands right now. No. We'd have to either fill the shoulder, maybe shift the pavement over, but it's just not.
So as a result of that finding, are there any other precautions that can be taken, such as review of the signage, a warning that, you know, that is there, because you get fog, and, you know, the guardrail is not going to keep people from going down the ravine.
Absolutely not.
But what else can we put there to alert
I
them?
could talk to Mark Singlinger about some signage, I don't know.
Yeah, like
curve ahead or.
Well, it's actually on a straightaway.
It is.
Where Falmouth comes out, it's a straightaway. At the curve, just uphill from there's really no drop off. But once you hit the straightaway in front of Falmouth, that's where the big drop off is.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, there are flag lines down, but again, they're not gonna stop you from driving off the road. Or just alert you that it's the edge of the road. Maybe some signs that would say, you know, no shoulder or something like that.
There's no way of marking the edge of the road in stakes, nothing like that.
Probably put some
Reflective stakes in
Right,
there,
maybe.
probably, yeah.
Yeah, that could make a difference, because what gets me is just up from there, where the utility pole is leaning from the storm, right, and the wires are like this. There's no drop off there, but
There's a guardrail.
there's a rail.
But that's on a curve. It's the outside of a curb, so.
But it gets me, see, I'm always looking at the drop off. There's no kind of a drop off there, but yeah, there's a rail there.
So in the interest of saving time,
Yeah,
take another look at it, and if you can do something, whatever you can do, would be appreciated and helpful.
All right, take a look at it. That's
okay, so next item was, we talked about the intersection of Orem Avenue and the post office entrance. That's where that water line is
Oh, the
and the
shut off.
pavement. Yeah, it's
Water
all,
shut off.
yeah,
Well, we did patch around it
yeah.
for now, so.
So we can take care of
Yeah.
that and mark that as done. Then we don't know whose sidewalk that was, in front of where it's broken up. As soon
That
as
would
you,
actually
That is
be
the post office.
it's theirs,
Well, it's on a state road.
yeah.
State turns it over just like we.
No,
do.
no, I mean, it's on the,
Oh, it's on the.
lot
Is
side,
that where the planters are?
yeah. It's right there. As soon as you like step up onto the curb to go into the post office,
to the post office.
it's right there.
That'd be ours, or would that be the?
I'm gonna take a look again.
Just by way of
Post office.
information, I spoke to the mayor about the condition of the post office parking lot.
Mhm.
And what they're doing, what drivers are doing is they're coming in from,
How?
what is it, from Quorum, and they're
Quorum.
coming straight through, you know where the handicap parking is? They just zoom right through and go out the other end, or come out the reverse and come in, and there's just no barriers there, so we,
Well, there used to be a planters,
We
yeah.
took them out.
Oh.
there used to be some things there, but they
Right.
took them out. So, the mayor said to me, get a hold of Jim Tate
Mhm.
and ask Jim to come up with some kind of nice looking planters or something that we don't want to put them there permanently, but that could be, keep pedestrians,
Jersey
keep
barriers,
drivers.
put dirt in it. It's weird.
Yeah, and so we'll move them later on, but because we don't know what's gonna happen at that parking lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the markings of it, I mean, the arrows are all gone.
Yeah,
That was the other thing we were gonna talk about, the quality of the paint that are being used. Is there a difference in the quality of
Yep.
paint?
There's water-based and there's epoxy-based.
Which is what I've been pushing, and I've been told, because I met with PD, that they've already awarded the bid. So,
For this year?
yeah, so I said, well, then next year you need to make the change and you need to include this
Why don't
all
you-
in.
Why don't you,
This is crazy.
instead of telling them, why don't you write it? From the chairman of the street committee that we recommend switching to the,
I'm working on that,
okay?
request.
Or at least get bid price on both items.
yeah.
Right.
Because there are areas where you may
Because
not
the
want.
epoxy, you're gonna
Right.
get maybe 3 or 4
Oh,
years
at least.
out of it. Instead of, every year and a half or less, we're paving, we're
Yep.
relining the road because it's cheap
Yeah,
paint.
I mean, if you're doing like a Commerce Drive or an Old Stratford.
Yeah.
That would
and
be
it's just been
epoxy.
paved, you want to
Yeah.
use epoxy.
Yeah.
Because epoxy, you can't use certain products on top
Right.
of it.
Right.
So, once a road is freshly paved,
Yeah,
Huntington Street, whatever, that's what you want to use.
exactly right, yeah. Okay, then we went to old business. I think this was already addressed, the Maple Road surface and drainage from 110 to Soundview.
Yes, well, we're going to, yeah, once we get the approval for the paving on the.
To be done, okay.
Yeah,
Then the next one is 3.2, John.
Yeah, we wanted to follow up with you on that. We're not sure, on the sides where road narrows
Mhm.
and the guide rails exist. We thought there was some damage to the road there and needed repair. Was there, and was there,
3.2.
Where exactly are we talking?
where the road narrows?
On Maple,
No, the
James
road narrows. and
Oh, on James
Cranberry-
Farm.
Cranberry,
okay,
on James Farm.
right,
Where it narrows, there are guide rails on both
Yes.
sides. But I thought that the bottom under those guide rails was eroding. Now, was it erosion or was it leaves or what
It
was
was
it?
just mostly leaves stuff.
So
So we went
what-
there, we patched anything that needed to be patched.
Okay, you
So-
took care of it. Okay, that's what we
And
wanted to
and
show.
also, our sign guys went out with Mark Stinglinger and they put reflective tape on the guardrail too.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I haven't been up there to look at it, but one of the things, that we can do things that are not expensive, but they would enhance the fact that you got a possible hazard there.
Hmm.
And that is like, things like, Mark did put up some more signs,
Yeah,
but you know, on the existing signs, you got the vertical, is it a pipe or?
yeah,
what-
post,
Post that holds it. You could put the reflective tape on there,
yeah.
which, you know, enhances it. at
They
night.
actually have a sleeve for those.
And,
that's
and the other
reflective.
thing, we were wondering, we didn't see is how is the lighting at night? How's
I
that
haven't
street?
been there at night in ages.
Yeah, we all ought to just take a look at that, because if we do, tomorrow night, we're going to Public Health and Safety, and we can ask them to, you know, address the issue of lighting.
Yeah, I've asked the chairman to put that on and to look into, and I was even talking to her Saturday about it. If we gotta find whatever poll numbers are near that area, and maybe at a minimum, they can increase the lumens.
If there are some.
Yeah,
Right.
if there's something near there, that could really be a big help and
Yeah.
I
maybe.
recall there being lights there too.
I don't go there at night.
I think what we're trying to show is that what's been brought to our attention is a deficiency, a narrowing road that could cause a problem. But the history shows there's been no problems, been no
right, right.
accidents.
People
Yeah.
slow down.
So,
typically.
so all we're going to
Yeah.
do is to try the best we can to enhance the safety features, you know, and warning features, so that there continues to be no incidents, no problems.
Okay.
So that's all.
Okay, going on to new business. We have a couple, at the last board meeting, the mayor had asked me to reach out to the aldermen to, as they travel through their areas, if they see a street that's in need of, you know,
Right.
any type of a repair, of course, the worst gets the first, you know, priority.
Mhm.
To bring it to my attention, and then we'll, you know, work with you gentlemen to get that process going. So I have just, you know, for the purposes of this meeting, a 2.1 and 2.2, I call it two Maltby streets right over here.
Mhm.
How they have one Maltby that goes through here, and then you go over the bridge, and then there's the
On
other
the other
Maltby.
side, right.
But it's confusing, I know. But just with these two, they're really in need of some repair. And I'll put that mildly, but
I have Maltby between Prospect and Division on that sheet I gave you.
yeah,
Paving.
okay, good, very good.
And Maltby Street area over the bridge.
Yeah, like,
Lost me on that one.
yeah, like when you get up here
Yeah,
and then take a left, you go over the bridge and then that first right. I think that's Maltby.
that's Maltby.
That's
yeah,
also
correct.
Maltby.
Right.
I think going in through there, maybe we can do some patchwork in there somewhere,
Well, they're doing,
because,
we're replacing water mains in there right now, and they're gonna pay.
They're
Oh, they're
paving
going to,
better road,
okay. Oh, good, okay. That's good then.
Assuming everybody.
Oh, very good, okay.
We're gonna talk about narrowing that, so, yes, I talked to Mayor about it. Yeah, if he wants to there.
Going to 2.3. This one here, I don't know if this is more of a state thing. I got a call from a resident that lives on the corner of Myrtle and Howe. There is a little sidewalk that's there, but it just stops. It just, you know, like it starts from the corner and then it just goes in a few feet and then it ends. And I know there was an accident there and where a car took out a tree. But it's a state road, so we're said to the state, well, that's you, you're responsible for that. And so the question is to get that sidewalk extended, because there's also a church there, there's a lot of foot traffic there also. And the thought was the best way to describe it is when you go up Quorum here
Yeah,
and you go through the light, then you go up the hill a little bit and you take that left on Myrtle.
down towards.
Yeah, when you
down
get
towards,
to
yeah.
the bottom before Howe Avenue,
Yeah.
or Howe Avenue, just right there,
Right-hand side?
on the right side, yeah.
Okay.
Is a sidewalk there.
So is the rest of it overgrown or is it just gone?
No, I think there's just nothing there. And I think the question posed to me was, can that sidewalk be extended and who would do it? Can we petition the state to do it, or, is it their responsibility? Is it ours? I'm thinking it would be theirs because it's a state
It's Howe
road.
Avenue, yes, correct.
But since,
I'll check with,
they have money to spend,
I'll check with my contact at DOT.
it would be nice to get it, because it just stops and then that's it.
Yeah.
How far would we want to take?
Well, you really can't go down too much further, because then you have I think there's a house and then the little condos
Right,
there.
right.
So maybe you can like take it there, extend it, and then put a curb cut in.
All right, you know what, I'll lay eyes on it tomorrow.
Yeah, I know where we are.
I know where we are, but I can't picture that corner there for the.
Yeah, it's like
sidewalk.
they put
Yeah.
that
It's
sidewalk
easy.
in for the handicap ramp.
That's
and
right.
it.
And then that
Right.
was it.
Yeah, okay.
Because I think Construction had done all of those
Yeah,
curb
yeah.
cuts. And
Yeah.
they did an excellent job,
They did a great job, yeah.
especially, down here. But I think it's just something to look at. I think it improves some safety there.
Okay.
And
I'll find out if they would do it or we have to.
hopefully they will be kind enough.
I'm sure they'll jump at that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry
good
for
luck.
Well, hey, at least they cut down all of the brush finally. That was 5 feet tall on Bridgeport Avenue.
Yeah.
That was covering over a speed limit sign. So, I mean, progress.
Are you talking about the old Bridgeport Avenue where you take go to wiffle ball and the veteran?
No, this is it's actually on Howe Avenue
Yeah,
at Myrtle.
this sidewalk. Hey, speaking of the wiffle ball, you know where that guardrail is up there? And then they have this like chain link fence.
Yeah,
Is that
Bridgeport Avenue?
Yeah, is that the state's chain link fence? I mean, the whole area, it's in disrepair.
Yeah, we've never really maintained that, so.
So I'm thinking it's the state.
I would have to agree with you.
Yeah,
You know?
it's so close to Bridgeport Avenue that I would,
Right.
Yeah,
again, I'm looking for that.
They're not owned by the property owner who has the rental property?
No,
I don't think so. You have,
No, because it runs the full length
Right.
because
from Scott Street.
yeah, because you have the old Bridgeport Avenue there, when you're going in front of Whipple
Yeah,
Ball.
yeah.
Then you have this space
Mhm.
and you got that guardrail and you got the fence and everything.
I think it's the guy who owns the storage. place, but-
Really, okay. I don't know. It's just,
It's just being recorded.
to me, everything's just single
Thanks.
state. Okay, so you can look into that one.
Yeah.
2.4, Alderman Durante had asked us to go on. I don't have much information on it. I had asked him to get us some pictures. It's in the area of 167 Waverly.
Does that do with sidewalks?
No, I think it's
Oh, it's
just
just
maybe the road that may be in disrepair there.
That was just paved
Right.
last year.
That was,
Yeah.
And
Waverly
the bridge
Road.
was, the
Something-
bridge was brand
yeah.
new. I'm just
he
not
said
sure.
something was going on. I had asked for pictures, but he's not with us, so I'm just gonna table that till next month.
Okay.
And then maybe he'll get us some more information on it. So,
That's all right, guys. That's it.
Right.
Okay, so old business, we already talked about 3.1 and 3.2 in the intersection, so we already did these, we did it in the minutes. Except for 3.5, did you took care of the manhole where the asphalt was collapsing? Near
Yes,
Meadow
we
and
patched around it for now. I mean, I don't want to get too crazy, especially
Yeah.
going to mill and pave.
Yeah.
It's just a waste. Of
Just,
money.
yeah, it's a temporary fix, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very much.
Okay. So going to report of the chairman. I would like to thank you for these color-coded cards. Because the aldermen have been asked questions, why is this color? And most recently, my ward was, what was the green for? I suspected it was sewer. But it's good for the aldermen to have, and like you said, you look, put it on the city's webpage or something, that would be.
Yeah, I can throw it on there. Absolutely.
So I mean, I just think it's very informative, so we'll get all of the aldermen a card like this, which would be very helpful.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have never even knew they had pink markings,
Two more for now.
Oh,
Yeah, I got
okay.
more in the office, so.
and even the purple markings. I knew the standard white and the blue and the yellow and everything, so very good information, and I thank you for that, and we'll distribute it to the other aldermen. Then you have a list here of what you're hoping to accomplish already
Yes.
so far this year. Do you want to just go into it, Brian?
I'm sorry?
You just want to just go into it, so.
You know what, I
Yeah.
didn't bring it up. Fudge.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, the first page is obviously chip and fog seal.
Yep.
I gave these to Seymour Sealing to give me a price on it. I
Yep.
haven't heard back from him yet. Some of these were we skid paved a couple years ago. We never did them.
Yeah,
And then, so there, I mean, this is a good selection of roads slash neighborhoods, more or less. That, this will extend the life of these roads for at least another, I would say, 6 to 7 years.
Yeah.
So,
You highlight that little Fox Run, that's where Teresa lives.
Yeah.
I see Forest Parkway here, boy, that's
That's on
definitely.
the, that's on a paving list.
Yeah, I know, but
It's as bumpy as.
yeah, that's the
So
level,
much weight on it.
Yes.
Swamp
Keep the
at one
speed down,
point.
yeah.
they just,
yeah.
I thought it was up there.
And then as far as the next page, the in-house mill and pave is what we would do. Like I said, there is some large patches, there is. A lot of these, you would just put keyways in on either end of what we're gonna do and just overlay the whole thing.
What, you see Forest Parkway where?
It's under the in-house leveling, page 2, it's at the bottom.
Second page,
Now, what does that mean in house level?
the skid paving with our skid box. We didn't do it last year. Didn't do any of it last year. So the box goes in front of the loader, dump in and they just.
Yeah,
put it on the street.
one of the streets that could use that is, seems like it's constantly being dug up, Nean Street at the end of the top. There's two huge manholes that are,
Oh, I have that. That's on here as well, actually.
they're Bump City, my God.
Yeah,
That area up
Yes.
there is real.
I
bad.
actually have Main Street from Quorum right out here all the way along.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I'll have to reach out to, we gotta be UI manholes, right? I think over there.
The UI should be
I'll reach out to whoever owns them, let them know we're gonna pave it, so they need to be raised before we pave it. Because that's just gonna make it deeper. Right.
Right.
So,
I tell you, another one I see here is the Four Corners, Mohegan and Blue Hill. Oh my God, that's horrible. There, yeah.
so, that's the leveling and then crack sealing, that's set to go. He's just hoping for a couple of days of no rain where you can get in here. I feel like we'll probably be here next week, weather permitting.
Hopefully we'll have a dry summer
Right.
because last year was just brutal. It just.
Yeah, and then the last, the Coachiola, who's under contract with us for milling and paving. Those 3 roads.
Yes.
from end to end, all three.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So, well, that's good. It's a good start. And then, of course,
Yeah.
the better the weather, the more we can do,
Absolutely.
and everything. And that's nice to hear. So we'll do that. Is there anything else you want to report on, Brian?
I don't have anything right now, no.
Nothing yet? Okay. Remus, anything for you?
Nothing to add.
Okay. You know, I got to talk to the PD about Monroe Street. It's just, you can barely get up and down the road. They all have driveways and everything, but
Then you all have cars.
yeah,
Multi.
because when we get that drainage issue resolved, they're gonna have to find somewhere to park.
Yep.
And everything, so, have you gone out to the study yet?
No, not yet.
Okay,
That's going out yet.
soon?
Yeah, that's been written up. I just need to.
Oh, cool, okay, very good. You have anything, Anthony?
I'm fine right now, thank you for asking.
Okay. Lorenzo's item we'll put back on next month. And we'll see what that was. Hopefully we'll have more information on it. If I'm up that way, I'll try to take a look at it, but.
Yeah, I'll
we'll
take
see
a
what
ride out,
happens with it.
see if I can, figure it out.
I'm gonna try to go over in the dark, over to James Farm. And if I see some street lights nearby,
Yeah.
I'll go back the following day and I'll get the poll numbers. And then Public Health and Safety Committee but we'll be at that committee meeting tomorrow night. And we'll address that part of it and everything. John, do you have anything you want to add?
Well, I've been trying to look for bad roads. I'm having difficulty finding bad roads.
I like that. Thank
This
you,
is
John.
because we do, me too, because our highways and bridges, and I say this time and time again, they do an outstanding job. Whether we're plowing, whether we're paving, fixing the roads, and so on.
There was, well, they do an outstanding job because we're able to supply some money for them.
Right,
Right,
And thank the taxpayers for the
Yeah.
money.
yeah,
and
No.
the equipment.
Now, they're finding the roads. I remember, I used to represent part of, the third ward used to go up by Nels Rock Road. And there was, can't remember the name of the street, but there was one street that went just before you get to the lakes,
Old Valley Road.
Old Valley Road.
yes,
That was, boy, that was a mess.
Atrocious.
Yeah.
It took us, boy, the
It was.
people were legitimately concerned about it.
it was pretty
Yeah, it
bad.
was pretty bad. And we hadn't got to it in a number of years, but finally
Yeah,
got
and
to it.
it's held up really well, so, really
Yeah.
well.
Well, it doesn't, I guess it doesn't get much use, but
No,
we probably didn't pay much attention to it either. 'cause
right, at the
it
time,
didn't
yeah,
get a lot
this
of
doesn't
time.
get much use,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we gotta be fair and square here.
No, I agree.
If we're at fault, we've got to address the issue.
I call down to the yard all the time when I see something I want to know that they've done a good job.
Yeah.
But I am,
Yeah,
I'm having trouble, and I was thinking that I want to reach out to the people and say, look, if your road is not, in good shape, maybe I just haven't driven it, because
Right. Yeah, I think the only issue with that is that anybody that has a slight crack in the road or anything like that, they're gonna call and say the road needs to be paved.
Well, that's okay, we'll take a look at it,
Right.
we'll do the crack sealing.
Yeah.
It may not be a new road, it'll be filling the cracks just like you do in your driveway.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You don't put in a new driveway every 2 years, you fill the cracks and you seal it.
Right.
And it'll at least alert us to bring some attention to what they have uncovered and address
Yeah,
it.
but I'm from, that's, excuse me, I mean, through the year, even like during the winter, when I'm out and about, I always pay attention to particular roads. And then once I'm in question, I'll go back, once it warms up, to see if anything is,
I got one I want you to take a look at.
okay?
You know where Bishop Wiki is on Long Hill
Yes.
Avenue?
Mhm.
Well, right across the street from that, from the driveway going into Bishop Wiki off
Okay.
11. Right across, there's another driveway going, there's a couple of houses there. Well, that driveway and the road, there's a huge puddle.
Okay.
And it's a depression. It's a real depression. And what's annoying about it to the people that live there and to the people driving by is that it holds the water for 3-4 days after the rain. It doesn't dissipate. And so every time a car goes by, they hit the puddle, and any pedestrians walking by get showered, even though it's not raining. So, I mean, I think it's been a number of years like that, and I think it's time we address it.
You know, where it's 605.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Steve's Stasco or something that just built the house in the
Yeah,
back.
yeah, I know exactly where that is.
You know where it's, okay. Yeah. That'd be good if we can address that, because
And there's a catch basin on the other side of the road.
there's a catch basin down, as you go, going from here up Long Hill Avenue, past that puddle, there's a catch basin, maybe, I don't know, a couple 100 yards.
They're never quite where the water are, are they?
It just,
Because they're working.
the water just can't leave that depression,
Right. Okay.
the flow.
I have one minor item. It's at the very end of our driveway here. When you pull into the lot, that,
Out here?
yeah. It's
In
actually,
Gorham
it's in,
or-
no, it's
or in
in
the
it's
parking lot?
in our lot. When you,
Yeah.
as soon as you pull into the lot,
There's a couple potholes.
it's. Because I drive all the way around it, because it's like,
Riding a motorcycle.
it's getting bigger. No, other than that, I don't have anything further. So I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Second.
In favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
I have to shut it off on Thursday.